I'm Judge Andrew Napolitano, and the verdict is coming on a highly controversial White House program that wants you to report on your fellow Americans. Here's the issue. White House staffer Linda Douglas is seen in a video on the White House website asking, quote, if you get an email or see something on the web about health insurance reform, something that seems fishy, send it to flag@whitehouse.gov. Outraged Americans want to know, is this legal and is it constitutional? Here's what I think. The First Amendment prohibits Congress from abridging the freedom of speech. The reason the amendment refers to speech as the freedom of speech is a recognition by the framers that the right to speak freely precedes the existence of the United States as a country. The framers recognized it as a natural right. Remember, they wrote, endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, a natural right which comes to all persons by virtue of our humanity. Because speech can startle and offend, as well as enlighten and illuminate, the courts have held that it requires breathing room. Stated differently, no one in the government, any government, may impose a burden on the exercise of speech. That means that the government may not require a license, demand permission, or intimidate any speakers. It may not punish speech, no matter what the speech asks for. When the Nixon administration created the COINTELPRO and Houston plans in the 1970s, it used undercover FBI, CIA, and civilian-garbed military to photograph and record the faces and voices of anti-war protesters. Nixon claimed that he needed the records of this for national security purposes. He argued to David Frost after he had resigned the presidency that in case of domestic upheaval, his government would need to know who to arrest. The Supreme Court rejected the idea that the First Amendment permits the government to make and keep a record of the faces and voices and ideas of its domestic political opponents. The court called this chilling the right to speak freely. In other words, denying that right the breathing room that it requires. The whole purpose of the First Amendment, the court wrote, is to encourage, not discourage, open, broad, robust political debate, and any inhibition, real or threatened, that comes from the government is unconstitutional.